Hello guys, welcome to my Stamina Nightblade build for the Summerset patch. I'm going over two builds today, both very similar but with slight changes. The first build here, we're running 5-piece Clever Alchemist. 3 pieces front bar is going to be your head, your chest, your legs, and then your two-hander and your back bar. Because of the two-handed changes, this will give you 2 set pieces to your back bar two-handed weapon. So we only have Clever Alchemist on our back bar. Now our other set is going to be Spriggans. So we have 3 body pieces Spriggans, and then 2 weapons, both daggers, one infused with the poison damage enchantment and the other learn honed with a weapon damage enchantment. Agility is our next set right here. Agility gives us a lot of extra stat that really helps out boost our max stamina weapon damage pools. And then our last one, you can't go wrong, one Dami House gives 2 bonuses. Super nice. Now we do have a lot of weapon critical. The reason being is that because of the Nightblade cloak changes, you can no longer cast your vigor and go into cloak and have every single one of them crit. So we do have a bit higher crit chance to kind of help out with that. My stamina recovery is a bit low, but there are ways to get stamina back, so I'll tell you about that later. I am running the Warrior Mundus Stone for both setups. Warrior just adds a lot of extra weapon damage. Dubious Cameron Throne's our main food. Now if you do have the new food, the Artaeum Takeaway Broth, you can use that as well. That will give you a bit extra stat along with some health recovery as well. So I think it's like 400 health recovery, so you'd be sitting at about 700 total, which is pretty nice. But it is expensive, so if you have the money, use that. If not, Dubious is the way to go. Can't go wrong. We have 13k max magicka, 20k health, 35k max stam. Now I am in, I'm not in PvP, I'm currently in the Shown, so in PvP you'd be getting an extra 5k out of that. Our bar setup, surprise attack is going to be your main spammable. Also gives major fracture, which helps with your damage. Fear, one of the best CCs in the game, very strong. It also gives minor maim, reducing damage by 15%. Relentless Focus, this is going to be big boy damage here. I'll show you how to use this with to get the highest damage you possibly can out of it. Killer's Blade's your execute, also really nice. It heals you for 20% of your max health if they die within 2 seconds, so it helps a lot keeping you kind of topped off. Vigor, it's going to be your main heal over time, your only heal over time. Incap is going to be our front bar ultimate. Back bar, you can, on this build you can either run crit rush or ambush. I personally like crit rush a bit better, but you can run either or. They're both good. This is Shadow Disguise. This is Cloak, so this is kind of like your defensive tool to kind of hide and get away and reset the fight. Leeching Strikes, this is our resource sustain right here. This will give 4,270 stamina when the effect ends, and also while it's active it will cause our light and heavy attacks to heal us and restore stamina. So overall, very good skill. Shuffle, this is our medium armor skill right here. This will remove snares and give ungodly small immunity to snares for a half second. Also gives major evasion, increasing dodge chance by 15% for 23 seconds. Very nice. Rally, this is going to be your big boy burst heal. It also has a small hot, so based on the amount of time that it's active, the next time you activate it or when it runs out will give you a bigger heal depending upon how much time the skill is active for. Obviously also gives major brutality. Back bar LT, you can run one of a few things. I currently have Dawnbreaker of Smiting, just for kind of group play. You could use this, or if you're trying to be a bit more utility focused, you can use Bolstering Darkness. This will give everyone that steps in it major protection, and it will give everyone that's an enemy that stands in it a 70% snare. So pretty useful. Otherwise, if you're more solo, you could always go Physic Order Ultimate. I don't have it leveled yet, but the morph that gives you minor protection would be the morph I would use. Our other setup I have from last patch, but I have been liking this patch as well too. We are running Valadrith, Clever Alchemist 5-piece body, medium armor, Spriggan's jewelry, and Spriggan's daggers. Same infused poison damage, same Nirnhund weapon damage. Our backbar two-handed is a Maelstrom's Battle Axe. Reason being is that Battle Axe can give a bleed, and the damage from Crit Rush is enough dot pressure that it can also help proc your damage, health, poison. So you have a potential of 4 dots here, which all can add up to a lot of damage. Our stats aren't as nice when it comes to our magic, health, and stam. They're a little bit lower, but it makes up for it with the Undaunted set. Stamina recovery is about the same. You still around that 20k health mark. Stamina is just shy of 35k. Except where this build really lacks is the Magicka pool. You're not sitting very high in your magic pool, so you have to be kind of careful on how you use your magic. We're still sitting high in our weapon critical. We're 45% unbuffed. And then weapon damage, I will get to that in a second. Still running Warrior and Dubious, but let's jump to this build and I'll show you the weapon damage. The difference between these two builds is this one you'll have Clever Alchemist on your back bar, the other one you have Clever Alchemist active on both bars. But for BGs particularly, I like having Valadrith. It's a little bit extra damage that I can get, which can help finish some people off that are a bit tankier. Alright. Let's see, I'm going to show you once I get my ulti up this combo. Hopefully it doesn't die. Essentially, that's the combo. You're always gonna want to relentless after your incap. The reason being is that with that up, you will have a 20% increase in damage boost to your relentless focus in your Assassin Scourge. If you time it right, you can get you can two-shot people with the amount of weapon damage that we have, and then finish off with the Killer's Blade if you have to. The weapon damage here. Got a 5-3-1-1. So we have a lot of weapon damage on this build. The other build is like 5200 weapon damage. But where they're both good is with the potions I'm using, I'm sitting at 60% weapon crit So we do have a lot of weapon critical. So it does help when it comes to bursting targets down, where you can more than half the time guarantee that they're going to get critically hit. Is a ton of extra damage. CP, we are sitting at 40 into Warlord, 16 Sprinter, 1 Siphoner. The 1 Siphoner is just there so that targets who, people who can see that they have a Siphoner debuff on them, they'll see that on them, even though it's only 1 point. And some people purify and use extra resources. It's worth it for the 1 point. If not, spend it somewhere else. 15 in Tenacity. We don't do a lot of heavy attacks, but when we do, when we need to, it helps to get a little bit more resources back. 27 into Arcanist, and then 64 into Mooncalf. Tumbling, we have 48 points here. 39 into Befoul for healing reductions for Incap. 7 into Blessed. 21 points into Physical Weapons Expert with the buff to our light and heavy attacks dispatch. It's nice to put a few extra points into here to increase that damage a bit more. 72 Mastered Arms. This build is virtually only direct damage, so it does help to put a lot of points into here to buff that. 28 into Shattering Blows. This will also help us against Sorks and other shield stackers. We also get the Tactician passive, which is really nice. The CP tree at 56 into Mighty and 66 into Precise Strikes. This will increase our crit damage and crit healing with stamina abilities by 22%, which plays really, really nice into the amount of crit percent that we have. We have near 60% on both builds, so we're more than half the time going to get a critical vigor or a critical damage strike. We also get the Exploiter passive here. This will allow us to deal more damage against off-balance enemies, which we can get by roll dodging. So 66 Ironclad, 53 Resistant. You also get this Resilient passive, which helps for crit damage taken. You heal for a small amount. It's not a lot, but every little bit counts. 56 Thick-Skinned, 32 Hardy, 32 Ellie. The reason why I put more in the Thick-Skinned is that you get a lot of people running bleed builds, a lot of damage over time effects that people are running this patch. So it does help to put a little bit more points into there. I can't purify them, so to me it's more valuable to put more points into here versus Hardy and Elemental Defender. And then we have 11 into Quick Recovery. Let's see, I think that's it. I don't know if I missed anything. I believe that's it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you liked the video. Any comments you have in the comment section below. And thank you for watching.